Burgess and Darren Carter get set to compete in the semi-final heat at Calder Raceway in Melbourne, Australia. As the starting light flashes, both dragsters accelerate to over 300 miles per hour. Just seconds into the race, Keith's funny car explodes into a ball of flames, and he loses control. Keith frantically tries to release himself from the burning wreckage. Then, just as he gets his restraints off, help arrives. As the flames engulf the car, Keith is unable to see out of the windows, and his dragster drifts into the other lane. Darren Carter doesn't know what's about to hit him. Both carbon fiber bodies explode on impact, and Keith's car continues down the infield, leaving a trail of flames. Keith's fireproof suit saves his life. An uninjured Keith makes his escape, but his smoldering boots tell us just how close he was to being terribly burnt. Later, it's determined that Keith's fuel tank, carrying 90 liters of nitromethane fuel, ruptured and led to the explosion. Thanks to stringent safety regulations, both drivers suffered only minor injuries. Lakehurst Naval Air Station is the site of not one, but two deadly blimp accidents. One of those disasters is virtually unknown and rarely seen. The other is perhaps the most dramatic air disaster in aviation history. In 1937, the German Luftschiff Zeppelin 129 Hindenburg airship glides over the Manhattan skyline as it makes its way to the Lakehurst Naval Air Station in New Jersey. As the Zeppelin gracefully moves into position over the airfield, hundreds of Navy personnel move into position to help tie down the craft.
It's practically standing still now. It's out of the nose of the ship, and it's been taking a hold out down on the field by a number of men. They pass the motor to the ship, but just holding it. It's right to the left. Get it, Scotty. It's right, and it's crashing. It's crashing terrible. Oh my, get out of the way, please. It's bursting into flames, and it's falling on the mooring mast, and all the folks believe that this is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world. Oh, it's crazy. 500 feet into the sky, and it's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen, and smoke and it's flames now, and the firemen rising to the ground, not quite to the mooring mast. All the humanity, all the parents,
the world's most iconic aviation disaster ever caught on film leaves 36 people dead. Then, 50 years later, at the same Lakehurst Naval Air Station, a new experimental blimp is unveiled. The Piasecki PA-97 Helistep. The U.S. Forest Service claims it's able to carry 26 tons of timber out of remote logging areas. A feat that many believe will revolutionize the logging industry. The flying apparatus is made up of a helium-filled blimp mounted on an aluminum undercarriage. The entire craft is then powered by 4 decommissioned Sikorsky H-34J helicopters. Even as it's wheeled out to the tarmac, some folks are skeptical of the design.
Boys got guts, I'll be honest with you, it looks like a hell of a configuration.
But in spite of the cynicism, the test flight of the $40 million airship continues. Slowly, it makes its way down the runway and begins to take to the air. Then, just moments into the flight, almost immediately after liftoff, unanticipated vibrations rattle the frame. Seconds later, the right rear helicopter breaks off. One by one, the helicopters fall to the ground. The frame of the blimp buckles, and as the helium escapes, it too plummets to the airfield, killing one of the pilots. Rescuers race to the scene and begin to extinguish the flaming wreckage. It's a terrible terrible twist of fate that the site of one of the most horrific aviation accidents in history is the location for another freak disaster.
What a stupid design.
An Hispanic soap opera star stands on the left skid of this helicopter, filming a rescue scene for his soap. According to the script, 3 of the soap's characters are stranded in a broken-down boat. The star is supposed to throw a line down to tow them in. Then, just when it looks like a successful rescue is underway,
Now that you have your Blu-ray player, it's time to feed the machine with